Greetings, Gemini and Gemini rising. This is your Western forecast for February 2024. There's a major emphasis with 5 planets in Aquarius. That's an unusual amount of an alignment, putting a major emphasis with where Aquarius impacts your horoscope. Aquarius is 9 signs past Gemini or Gemini rising. The 9th house has a lot to do with higher education, long-distance international travel, legal matters, media, marketing, publishing. The 9th house deals with the world, wanting to learn about the world, spread information out to the world, traveling out to the world. But it also brings in this about justice and fairness, so we can look at legal matters with that 9th house. Now, the sun is in Aquarius the first 20 days of every February. And where the sun is shining in your chart is where your attention is being drawn to. So the sun's in Aquarius in that 9th house. Aquarius, and we're going to have Pluto, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all in Aquarius. Aquarius is very innovative, progressive, idealistic energies. Aquarius can represent community and organizations and networking. Aquarius is very liberating, seeking freedom, can be very rebellious. It's this alternative, unconventional energies, thinking out of the box, not doing the old tried and true in the convention, but breaking free into new territories. Those are the qualities of Aquarius. And the sun is putting a real spotlight, drawing your attention to this Aquarius and 9th house matters. But also, Mercury, what is on your mind, how you're communicating, what are you planning? It is in Aquarius in the 9th house from February the 4th to the 23rd. You might be thinking a lot about going back to school or publishing, marketing, or making a lot of travel plans. Venus is what you value, what you love. It is the romantic, pleasurable planet. It's also a planet of creativity as well as diplomacy. And that Venus will go into Aquarius, but not until the 16th of February into early March. But that Venus could be very enjoyable, pleasurable energy, so you could enjoy going back to school, getting some training. You could really enjoy going on a long-distance vacation, especially if it's in a foreign country. Mars, once every 2 years, goes into Aquarius, which it goes in on February the 12th through March the 23rd. Mars is assertive, courageous, aggressive. It's the warrior planet in mythology. Mars in the 9th, if we're looking at legal matters, that Mars is the warrior. You would really fight and defend your rights or defending the rights of others. But Mars can be very ego-oriented and very rash and impulsive, but it's going to be harmonized by Venus. Venus is charming, it's creative, it's seeking, balance. So that Venus is going to soften the aggressive Mars, and the Venus-Mars together is bringing all this passion to 9th house matters, whether it's traveling, education, marketing. Now, we're also going to have the sun and Mercury the last week of February, leaving Aquarius and moving into Pisces. So there's a lot to unpack about the 9th house, about Aquarius. But before I break all that down, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a link that will take you to my website where you can book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer. All right. Not only is Mercury, what are you thinking and planning, is in that focusing on all those ninth house matters. Ninth house could also be, along with education, but teaching. Now, the Venus is what you value, what you bring you pleasure and enjoyment in that ninth house. And Mars, aggressive, assertive, risk-taking Mars is in that ninth house, really wanting to go on some major adventures. Now, the other thing is Pluto. Now, I've been talking about this in many of my videos over the past year. Pluto went into Aquarius the end of March, early June 2023, once every 243 years. At early June 2023, Pluto started to retrograde back into Capricorn. Pluto had been in Capricorn since 2008. So this is and that Pluto in Capricorn from early June 2023 to the middle of January 2024. So that Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn. Capricorn rules governments, it rules big business, it rules economics. And so there's this major restructuring, major overhaul and changes, endings, new beginnings. It's all the qualities of Pluto, dealing with government, dealing with big business and economics. But then in the middle of January 2024 through the end of August 2024, Pluto is now spending a longer amount of time in Aquarius. It will then retrograde the beginning of September to the middle of November, just to tie up any loose ends, make sure you've learned your lessons of Pluto and Capricorn. Then at the end of November 2024, transformational Pluto is back into Aquarius for nearly 20 years. And as I discussed in many of my videos, the last time Pluto was in Capricorn, we had the French and the American Revolutions, which was the people fighting against the aristocracy, the kings of England and France, and it was also ushering in and planting seeds for new personal freedoms and technology with the Industrial Revolution and with democracy. Because Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, is about individual freedoms, which translates into the government style of democracy. So that's all being reset and re-looked at again. So when it comes to technology, personal freedoms, our democracy, things are in a lot of flux. But it's not collapsing, it's resetting. And over these next 20 years, starting officially by the end of November 2024, there's this unfolding and development of all the positive of transformational Pluto ushering in all the qualities of Aquarius. But the sun is where the sun is shining every month, is where our attention, our priorities are being drawn to. So the first 20 days, the sun's in Aquarius, putting a real spotlight on all these ninth house issues. But Mercury, what are you planning on? What are you thinking about? What are you discussing? What are you learning? That Mercury in the ninth house. With Venus, how you're socializing, but also what you're valuing, what you're appreciating, Venus with ninth house. And then aggressive, assertive Mars. And the ninth house, travel, marketing, publishing, philanthropy, the search for truth and justice, which is also why we look to legal matters with the ninth house. And with Mars, and Mars is in Aquarius, which is an air sign, and all the Aquarius is in an air sign, very compatible to Gemini, an air sign. So the Mars in harmonious Aquarius for you, in the ninth house, you would be fighting for your own justice. You're fighting and defending your own belief systems. You could this could be a real activist energy to really defend the rights of others. Now, the new moon, this is interesting. The new moon's in Aquarius on February the 9th. The new moon is now when all these energies are now focused and on ninth house matters, because the new moon's in Aquarius, 9 signs past Gemini. And so even though the sun and Mercury, the last week of February, leaves Aquarius and moves into Pisces, which is moving into your career and business sector, which is kind of nice. But the new moon is going to hold that ninth house matters for 4 weeks to the first part of March 2024, because even though the sun and Mercury, what you're thinking about, the sun, what's really important, is now shifting into Pisces, the Aquarius new moon is holding that energy into the first week or so of March. But what's interesting is the new moon is forming a square, a 90-degree angle to Uranus. Uranus is rebellious, it's revolutionary, it's progressive, it's unpredictable. But the Uranus dynamic energy is in a square or a really difficult angle to the new moon. So all these ninth house matters, which is being very much highlighted because of the Uranus. There could be some unexpected surprises. There could be wanting to rebel, shake things up. So we'll look a little further into that later. Now, on the 20th, the sun leaves Aquarius, goes into Pisces, until March the 19th for 4 weeks. And so now the sun is drawing your attention to Pisces, or the career sector, the business sector. Now that doesn't take away the ninth house, because the ninth house, you're having Mars there, that assertive, aggressive Mars in the ninth till March the 22nd. And the new moon is holding that ninth house Aquarius energies into like the first week of March. But when the sun and then Mercury, mental thinking Mercury, goes into Pisces, into the 10th house, you're still, now you're bringing in more interest, more attention to new business, maybe leadership, maybe more professional recognition. But the ninth house is still the dominant theme. So the ninth house to the 10th house. 10th house, launching new business. Ninth house, marketing it, publishing it, promoting it. You might be getting more education to be able to secure your career future. You could be going into business, the ninth house, with the ninth house energy of publishing, media, marketing. Now, this Venus and Mars, when it's dancing together in Aquarius in your ninth house, Venus is love and intimacy and passion and creativity. Mars is all that physical drive and energy. Venus and Mars together from the February the 16th to March the 11th, both in Aquarius in your ninth house, is ideal for going on an exciting romantic vacation, or if you're really promoting any kind of new marketing advertising campaign, or you're getting really excited about going back to school, getting more professional training. That's all that ninth house mixed with that passion of the Venus-Mars. But let's start with the last week of January. And through the first 12 days of February, Venus and Mars will be in Capricorn. Actually, Mars went into Capricorn on January the 4th that I talked a lot about in last month's video. But then we were waiting for Venus to go into Capricorn, joining Mars in Capricorn on January the 23rd. So the last week of January, the first 12 days of February, Venus and Mars, passion, this dynamic, enthusiastic energies is in your 8th house. The 8th house is about banking, finance, mortgages, shared values. It could be a lot of passion, attracting a big business partnership, contract deal, that passionate negotiation with that 8th house. 8th house has so much to do with taxes, insurance, and credit, and finance. And with the Venus-Mars, there's excitement, there's this passion going in those directions. On another level, the 8th house, outside of finance and passive income, the 8th house is the sector of sexuality, of intimacy. And Venus is love and desire, and Mars is very physical. And that Venus-Mars together can trigger the libido, can trigger the passions. But in the 8th house of sexuality, as well as big business and negotiating contracts, but sexuality, the last week of January, the first 12 days of February, there could, if you're in a relationship, this could really spark more intimacy and romance. If you're single and looking, you don't even have to be looking. You don't even have to be single. That Venus-Mars, somebody could be really attracted to your charisma, or you're just feeling all this strong, sensual energies. So there's a lot with the education, the career. But at least the first part of February, there's some really sexual, romantic energies that's also being stimulated. Also, health, your body, your physicality. Mars is the athletic planet. Mars is the warrior planet. Mars is about high energy. Mars in Aquarius, an air sign, in harmony with Gemini, an air sign. So there's a lot of robust energy with Mars in Aquarius for you from the 12th of February to the 23rd of March. But Mars can be aggressive. It's the warrior planet, it's the fighting planet. Well, it's in harmony with Gemini, it's in 9th house. So, of course, you could be a champion, a warrior fighting for your rights, the rights of others. That Mars can be a little heated and impulsive and aggressive. But Venus, diplomatic, harmonious Venus, will be softening the Mars energies. So it's good romantically, it's good creatively, and if you're trying to promote and act, and fight for the rights of others, being an activist, that Venus can help bring in more of diplomacy, more softening as you're really going after what you really believe in. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.